I've played hundreds of board games, but these are the games that make me say, "You complete me, baby." Welcome back to 9 to 5 Gamers, y'all. Today we are looking at our top 10 games that are 10 out of 10s. So, as you know, we do this every single Tuesday. We got our top 10 Tuesdays. And so today I'm going to go through that list. If you'd like to see the creative process of how I got these lists, you can go ahead and check out our memberships. Become a member and you can see some extra content and some background behind the scenes footage of me eliminating all these great games off my list. With all that said, let's go ahead and get into this list. And I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible so you can get on with your day. Don't forget though, if you like this video, like it, comment, subscribe. In the comment section, let me know what are the top 10 games. Well, not top 10, they don't have to be 10, but tell me 10 games. No, don't tell me 10 games. Tell me a few games that are 10 out of 10s. Let's get into this list. Number 10 on my list, and by the way, honorable mention, shout out to Dune Imperium, which got dropped off the list, and I guarantee that there are a bunch of games on my list that Dune is better than, but this is my list. So back off. If you wanted to make a list, make your own YouTube channel and make your own darn list. All right. And then send me a link because I'd love to watch it. That'd be awesome. I love watching content. So anyways, number 10 is Arknova. Arknova is just the premier zoo building game with such a really cool action selection system where you are taking cards and laying them out 1 through 5. And then each one of them has an action. But then the farther along on your little tableau or whatever you want to call it, the further along it is, the stronger it gets. And then after you use it, it goes to the back of the line and pushes everything forward. Such a really cool system. And it's also got the Rajas of the Ganges system where you're kind of leveling up 2 things. And once they cross, kind of ends the game. It's got, what do they call those? Polyomino placement on your little map and cards play, which is really cool. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Terraforming Mars, but not really. They're very different games. Such a really cool game. Really love Arknova. 10 out of 10. Number 9, Kemet Blood and Sand. Kemet Blood and Sand is such a great game. It is one of the best area control games out there. I like it better than Blood Rage and a bunch of other great area control games. But man, Kemet has such a cool system where it has this like pyramid of like little power squares that you can buy to kind of give you, extra combat power, extra movement speed. So it's like, hey, this guy's not going to be able to get to my area in the next turn. It's like, psych, I bought this little card that lets me move 3 more times. And such a really cool system. It's got different god powers, which comes in like some of the expansions and things like that. And I'm just really excited to get my hands on the big box chest with all the expansions, the neoprene mat. I'm getting all that premium stuff because, again, I don't deluxify any of my games unless it's a 10 out of 10. Then I'll think about deluxifying it, and Kemet Blood and Sand is a 10 out of 10. My number 8 is Spirit Island. This is a cooperative area control game where you are the spirits of an island trying to get the colonizers out of there, and these people are coming in trying to take over the island from the natives, but you play as the spirits of the island using the natives to kind of battle on your behalf. But you've also got cool powers over nature and different things in nature. So like there's like a tidal wave spirit that can like literally, they're in the ocean, but they can like wash up on shore and pull people into the ocean, which is really cool. But you use fear in order to kind of drive out the inhabitants, and it's cooperative. It's card play. So you're playing cards from your hand. Cards have different speeds. So depending what speed you are playing the card at, if it's a slow card or a fast card, depends on whether you are reacting to what the colonizers are doing, or maybe you are being preemptive and proactive and moving before they move. So it's pretty cool. Like that push and pull and working together as a team is really cool, and it's asymmetric. There's so much goodness to this game. I love Spirit Island. 10 out of 10. Number 7, Blood on the Clock Tower. This is the best social deduction game of all time. I've already played all of the ones that exist out there. That's not true. I've played many of them. A lot of people recommend them to me. I've played 2 Rooms and a Boom, Don't Mess with Cthulhu. There is a Werewolf, of course, and the different iterations of Werewolf. And I've played Crossfire and a bunch of other different ones. And if there's any that I'm missing, put them in the comment section. I'll check them out later. But Blood on the Clock Tower is just the best social deduction game by far. You need somebody to host it, and that person is going to give out little discs to everybody. You're going to put them in a bag. Everybody's going to draw a disc and see who they are at the beginning of the game. And then once they know who they are, they have a player power. Everybody has a power, unlike Werewolf, where it's like 3 people are villagers, and then everybody's like, I'm a villager. Well, I'm a villager. Well, I'm a villager. I don't know if you ever saw that. I think it was Smosh that was playing it, and they like everybody was claiming to be villager. It was hilarious. But yeah, so like that game is Blood on the Clock Tower is great because everybody gets their own ability and they get to just feel important in the game. And then some people feel less important, but their ability only activates on certain part of the night. And the evil player is killing people. They have minions and you're trying to kill the evil player. So it's really, really fun. I love Blood on the Clock Tower. It's the best social deduction game. Check out, there are people who play this like professionally, in the sense where they have like lighting and camera and all that really cool stuff, and they make like actual seasons of them playing this game with the developers of it. It is peak. You guys got to check those out. Number 6 on my list is Root. Root is an asymmetric, what do you call this, area control game. You're trying to take over the forest and everybody's trying to win in a different way, and you play as a cute animal faction, but every animal faction plays differently, and it's just so cool to see the different characters and how you win. Everybody has a different win condition. Like for example, the otters, they win by selling merchandise to the other players to gain victory points. So, but the thing is, it's like you can kind of shut the otter player out, but the thing is, if you play with them right, you can actually kind of buy stuff from them to become stronger and to kind of steamroll your way into victory. So it's kind of like you don't want to buy from them, but at the same time, it might actually give you a leg up on the competition. So it's like you have to be very careful when you play around those. So things like that, the game is full of so many different factions that you can play as. I love Root. It's one of my favorite games of all time. 10 out of 10. Number 5, Sky Team. This game has rocketed up my 10 out of 10 list. I just love playing this game. You can play it on BGA if you've never played it before, Board Game Arena. You can play it on there and just kind of get an idea of what it plays like. But such a cool game with different modules where it's a cooperative game. 2 players are playing. It's a pilot, co-pilot. You are flying a ship, an airplane rather, and you're trying to land it at the airport. And there are different airports with different weather conditions and things like that that makes the game more expansive and so many more ways you can play this game. But it's so cool because you just kind of roll dice and you're putting dice onto this play mat that you have in front of you to complete certain tasks that you need in order to fly the plane and then land it in the right order. You got to make sure the wings are stable. You got to make sure you're slowing down at the right time. You got to keep your speed adjusted perfectly and hit the brakes and all the different levers and stuff like that. Super cool. I love Sky Team. Great game. It's my favorite 2-player game right now, and it is a 10 out of 10. Number 4 on my list, Castles of Burgundy. I'm actually shocked this didn't make it up a little bit higher, but I actually really love this game. I have the special edition of it, and this was one of those games that I had on my shelf for like years. I think the first time I bought it was in like Dice Tower like 2 to 3 years ago, and it sat on my shelf for like a year and a half, 2 years, because I was so intimidated by it, and I had the regular base version of it. I finally got it played, and now it has become one of my favorite games of all time. You just roll dice and you've got this little hex grid where you're putting these little hexagon tiles out, and each of those tiles, when you place them, have an ability. So what you're doing is you're rolling dice to buy them from the different depots, and then after you buy them, you put them into your little key area where you hold your tiles, and then from there you can use dice to place them onto your map, because all of the hex spaces have different numbers on them. And so that's all it is. This is you roll 2 dice and then you go, I'm going to use this dice to grab this tile, and then I'm going to use this dice to place this tile, and that's it. That's your turn, and then it goes to the next player, and it's super quick. The game itself can take a good amount of time, and it feels strategically weighty and depthy. It's really, really nice, and the different combinations that you can pull off, like if you play your cards right or your tiles right, such a good game. I really love Castles of Burgundy. Number 3 is Le Havre. Uwe Rosenberg is a beast, and pretty much every single game he makes is a banger, even the ones you don't think are great, like Bonanza, but I'm not going to put that one on this list. But Le Havre is a 10 out of 10 game. It is basically a game where you are building different, like, what do you call them, factories and different things like that, and you're going up this river. It's a harbor. There you go. That's what I was trying to. I was like, Le Havre literally means a harbor. So in this game, you have this harbor, and you're building different factories and different things like that to produce resources. You got to feed your workers, and then there's a worker that you have that you can place on different factories. If you have your own factories and different things to produce, people can use yours to produce the resources they need, but when they do, they have to pay you francs, and then whoever has the most gold at the end of the game wins. It's really, really cool. You build boats, fields, you hire workers, you have to feed those workers, but you're just gathering resources and moving down this river. It's such a cool game. I really love Le Havre, and I need to play it more often, but it'll always be cemented as one of my favorite games of all time. Number 2, though, is another Uwe Rosenberg game that beat this game, and it was A Feast for Odin, because A Feast for Odin is amazing. You're talking about worker placement. There's like 64 different worker placement spots that you can go to. All of them are kind of like advancing the same thing, so that's not really that complicated, but it is heavy. It is just a beautiful, thinky game. I really love Feast for Odin. I'm waiting for the day that Feast for Odin gets the like Aliyah Awakened Realms remake, because I promise you I will be buying that game, because this game, it's fine just the way it is. It's like domino pieces, and you're just getting resources to get different treasures and stuff like that and putting them onto your board, and then you can explore different islands and bring those islands over and put more hex pieces on there and silver and stuff. It's such an interesting game. Worker placement, I love it. It's great for a reason. Like, people love this game for good reason. But unfortunately, it is not my number 1, even though it could be. My number 1 is completely biased, and it is probably a trash game for many people. Many people probably hate this game, but I just can't stop wanting to play this game so frequently, and it is Space Base. I love Space Base so much. It's a 10 out of 10 game for me, and I keep wanting to play it. Even when I lose, I still want to play it. It's so much fun to build your little spaceport that you have, and then you have numbered 1 through 12, and you're rolling dice, and when whatever number you roll, you can either take from that number with the 2 dice, or you could split the 2 dice into 2 different numbers and take from those zones. And then as you buy new spaceships to put in your port, your old ones get flipped upside down and put at the top of your little player board. And when you put them upside down, it has a little red thing that says, hey, when somebody else rolls this dice number, you get coins, or you get this, and then you can purchase stuff. It's so cool. So it's like I'm gaining resources on my turn, but also I'm building up my ship, so that way when other people roll dice, I still get stuff. And it's just a race to 40 points. Whoever gets there first wins. And man, it's just so much fun. And I don't have any expansions for it, but I just love the base game so much. I just don't know if there's anything more I can say about it other than I love Space Base. And with that said, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for tuning into this video. Those are my 10 out of 10s. Let me know in the comments your 10 out of 10s. And if you guys have any ideas for videos you want to see or games you want me to talk about or review, put them in the comments section, and I'll see what I can do. Take care. See you guys later. Peace out.